Pull yourself together. Not forgiving Papa was kind of like what relationship, and she's not forgiving him.
Before we begin with this video here, hey guys, and welcome to Filmongo Entertainment, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And in today's video, we're going to look at Eleven and Papa, aka Millie Bobby Brown and Matthew Modine's beautiful off-screen relationship.
You know, when I did season 1, Millie Bobby Brown was an 11-year-old child, and it was such a pleasure to work with her. And over the years, she's grown up and she understands the power of her position and has used that position to benefit other people working with UNICEF and different charities and bringing her notoriety to really important causes. And
wish her the best. I'm just a nice.
When Matthew Modine met Millie Bobby Brown for the first time, she was 11 years old and was in a cell. That's not as crazy as it sounds. Millie Bobby Brown was playing her role as Eleven in Stranger Things season 1, which is when Matthew Modine met her. And this is a show in which Millie Bobby Brown portrays the role of Eleven, a telekinetic young girl who was raised by a parental yet manipulative scientist, Dr. Benner, played by Matthew Modine, whom she calls Papa.
I honestly love Millie Bobby Brown. I feel paternal toward her, and you know, I know that what I said in the scene, Matthew Modine, is the same thing as the Dr. Brenner said, that everything that I've done with Millie was the best I could for her.
They both dissolve into laughters in interviews, and they keep finishing each other's sentences sitting side by side, and it's not unusual for Millie Bobby Brown and Modine to do so, and they continue to do so ever since their very first fateful cell set encounter in 2015. They have remained close friends, and they do maintain close friendship.
My daughter Ruby and my son Bowman, and you know, God forbid anything should ever happen to either of them, but as a father, as a mother, you know, you would do everything in your power to make sure that they're safe and not in any kind of harm. And so that's really what this journey is for this character that I play, is just a loving father whose daughter goes missing, and he's doing everything within his power to find her.
Considering the at times disconcerting nature of the character's relationship, Brenner is after all trying to exploit and weaponize Eleven's powers. The actors quickly realized they needed to establish a strong connection. Not only did this mutual respect ensure that their on-screen dynamic was authentic, it also kept Brown and Modine's emotional well-being in check. Papa and Eleven have such an intimate relationship, so we needed to be able to bond to portray that, says Brown. We meshed, and it was just a true real friendship. Nothing was ever forced. It just worked. A lab experiment gone right, if you will.
I was doing a project in Italy, and the children were coming up and saying Papa, and I thought, well, that's so weird. Like, why are these young Italian kids calling me Papa? So I was away when this first season broke, and so I wasn't aware of this kind of global phenomenon that Stranger Things have become. So, and my children call me Papa. So I thought, well, that's really sweet. And then I realized why they were calling me Papa.
During that first season of filming, Modine grew so close to the Brown family that he kind of moved in with them. What was supposed to be house, give him his food, and leave a note that we loved him. Soon after, the bona fide buddies started heading to road trips, family road trips, driving from Georgia to Florida. On their way, they stopped by a grocery store to pick up some treats, and fans were surprised to see the pair hanging out together.
I think the Duffer Brothers know that and knew that, and so those were the
words chosen.
Yeah.
That, like, we talk about father and daughter and finding her autonomy, and I obviously didn't want to necessarily leave Papa, and you don't ever really want to leave your dad, but you have to find that autonomy within your life and not listen to men, and really strive to be a woman finally.
Before we jump into the next video, here's a quick shout out to our Instagram page, Filmonger Official. If you're someone who loves Marvel and DC updates or any kind of Marvel and DC memes, then this is your one. Despite the on-screen tension between Eleven and Brenner, Modine has found that fans are not actually against the father-daughter dynamic. They love the relationship between Papa and Eleven, says the actor, whose son and daughter both work in Hollywood. Obviously, people are protective of Eleven and they're like, you better not hurt her in season 4. But if we had an antagonistic relationship, I don't think it would have the dynamic that it does. These two people are in a very complicated relationship of love. There's a parental instinct to help and protect her.
So you walked into a Walmart?
Yeah,
and something happened?
We went on a camping trip because there was a break in the filming because there's such a gigantic cast.
Yeah.
So we had a little break, so we jumped in the camper and we drove down. We went into a Walmart and people thought they were in the Upside Down because why is Papa and Eleven inside the Walmart? And we got back in we bought a bunch of supplies and I was sitting in the van and I started eating snacks.
We first glimpsed that complex dynamic back in season 1, but truly exploring the history between Papa and Eleven means returning to lab life in volume 1 of season 4. Other than a brief appearance in season 2, Modine's been mostly absent from the series since Brenner's presumed death in the first season. When the Duffers asked him to reprise his role for the 4th season, however, he was in talks to do To Kill a Mockingbird on Broadway.
The first of the two, Papa episode, is quite explosive, and I think it's going to blow people's minds.
What's a piece of pop culture you're loving right now? Is there any TV show you binged recently or movies you've seen that you can't stop talking about?
I really loved Ozark. You know, I think that every aspect of it, except for the way that it finished.
Having lost her powers after the Starcourt Mall showdown, Eleven's only hope to regain her world-saving abilities is to trust Brenner. Once again, our young heroine finds herself underground at a top-secret facility, undergoing sensory deprivation treatment in an effort to reboot her powers by living her trauma. Not exactly an easy feat when her memories include otherworldly/deadly creatures, scene of brutal murder in Brenner's words, "What have you done?" echoing around her.
Yeah, when the show broke, I was doing a television, I don't know what, like a mini-series in Italy. And all the little Italian children were coming up and saying, Papa, Papa, Papa. and I thought, that's really weird. Why are they calling me Papa? And my children call me Papa. So, and then 2 + 2 = 4, and I realized that it was because of the...
From instances of real-life affection and true exploitation. To keep from being overwhelmed during these takes, Eleven, aka Millie Bobby Brown, and Modine came up with a system wherein they would look at one another and blink once at one another in order to check in and say "I love you" amid these challenging scenes.
Wake me up before I go. Don't leave me hanging on the line with who the hell knows what George Michael was saying in that song, but Wham! You know, how could you not like Wham? When Steve Jobs came out and started talking about the 1,000 songs in your pocket with the iPod, it didn't seem possible. How could you put 1,000 songs in your pocket?
With season 5 confirmed to be the last in the Stranger Things series, on-screen quality time for Modine and Eleven, aka Millie Bobby Brown, is limited. So they make sure that they get to spend as much time as they can outside of the sets, and they also promise each other to stay in each other's life forever.
Right.
So I got caught, and then I had to make up a BS story about that I was just going there to congratulate Millie.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video, and the answer to the question I asked you at the beginning of the video is Godzilla, the king of monsters. If you got this answer right, then you are a true Brown fan. Alright guys, we'll see you around next time with another brand new video. Till then, keep watching Filmonger Entertainment. Bye guys.